Ciao Bella, welcome to Bello Uncinetto. I'm Christina and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. We have my whips and foes video to show you today. So I am going to discuss things that I've actually completed, which I am so excited that I am finally getting things done. I'm also going to talk about hashtag craft yourself free, which is a um, collaboration between Sam over at Memphis Makes and I that we do. Um, we started this year and hopefully continue to get people to join in with us to make so many things freer. Like, take it off your shoulders, take the weight off, right? Don't have to think about it so much, but we'll get into that. So, for those of you that have been here for a little while, I have not touched my fairy dust. I still have not touched it. Um, I don't know if, I mean, I'm gonna get back to it, right? But I don't know. It's gonna be a long-standing whip at this point. So I don't have anything of that to show you because I haven't touched it. I have not touched the waffle blanket. It's still sitting in the bag by the couch, not touched. I think also because I don't really watch TV much. So I put it down there so I could like sit on the couch and have something to sit and crochet while I'm on the couch. But I don't watch TV. So, and when I sit with my daughter and we do like a movie night or something, all the lights are off, right? We have our popcorn, we have our snacks, we have. So, I mean, yeah, sometimes I'll have a lamp on, but I don't really crochet when we're doing movie night. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to rethink where I put that. I also have some breaks coming up from school in November and then again in December. So maybe I can do some of that then. Right. So those are two of the whips that I still have, right? But I have not touched them. Another one that I have touched, but I don't have to show you because I finally, finally took some of my friends' advice and have a card project. So I started this particular project when I was back in the States in the summer. I had done, I'd gotten some yarn from Knitting Network and they had a big sale and I got some yarn. One of them was like pink, blue, no, pink, green, orange, and white. The other one was blue, green, orange, and white, like a yellowy orange. And then I had some, it's a 4 weight yarn, and then I had a DK weight yarn that I'm holding double in between the layers. So I had started this when I was in the States, and I just hadn't touched it for a while. But a couple of weeks ago, I had a training at work. And for me, it's really hard to like sit still and focus on things. If you want me to listen to you, I have to be doing something else. I know that sounds counterproductive to most people, but if you want me to focus on you, if you want me to listen to you, I have to be doing something with my hands. I have to be doing, I don't care if it's scribbling, I don't care if it's crocheting, it doesn't matter what it is. If you want my focus to be locked in, I have to be doing something else. Not in a rude way, like I'm not ignoring you. I am focused on you, I'm listening to you, but my mind starts thinking of like you'll say something and then I make a connection and then I'm in 15 different places before you finish your sentence. And I have to bring myself back to the conversation. So when I'm in a training and I know that I'm going to be sitting there for literal hours, because that's what teacher training is. We sit there, and yes, we interact with each other, and we're doing things, but it's not hands-on and like playful and interactive like they want us to do for the students, right? Um, it's get out this book, read this, plan this, write this down, do this, and we're doing it as a group. So usually there's one person who's the scribe, and then someone else is doing this, and there's different roles, right? I can never be the scribe, because if I'm typing and you're talking to me, I'm going to have 15 different tabs open on my computer. So I'm not the scribe. I can't be. I just can't. So anyway, I brought that blanket to work on. That was the whole point of that. And then I decided to just leave it in my car, because my daughter has started football practice. So multiple nights a week, I am at football practice. And I just bring something to do. I'm just going to leave it at that. I was trying to think about how I could say it, and I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to say I bring something to do. So I can see her. Sometimes I'll sit in my car, and I will just crochet in the car while she's at practice. I can still see her. I can still see the field. I can still see her team practicing. But I don't feel the need to sit on the sidelines and stare at her while she's running. Now, when it's a game, that's a different story, right? But when she's practicing, I don't need to watch every single moment of her practice, right? She has her coaches, she has her teammates, she needs to focus on that. So, I have gotten pretty far. I have finished one ball of yarn. Oh, I probably need to add that to my total. I did not add that to my total. Sorry, my pen just went out. I did not add that to my total. I need to change that. Sorry, I thought I was prepared. Okay. Anyway, I have my totals up here so that I could talk to you guys about them. And then I wasn't ready. So I finished one ball of the blue, the multicolor blue one, because I have 4 balls of that. So I'm doing blue, and then the green, and then blue, and then the green. And then I've started the 3rd ball of blue. And then I'm going to do green, and then I'm going to end again with the blue and do green on the border. Now, what I've noticed is that it's not going to be a very big blanket, right? It might be like a good car blanket or a good like newborn blanket. Because what I should have done, and I did not do, and I'm not going to go back. Maybe when I do the pink one, maybe I'll do it this way. But what I should have done is I did the blue, green, blue, and then I should have done a bigger green space in between, like double or triple the size, and then gone back to blue, green, blue, right? So I should have done a big green space in the middle, and I didn't do that. I kept it the 3.5 inches, right, for each color. So that's 4 times 3, that's 12, 13, 14 inches of the multicolor, and then I'm gonna have 3 sections of the green, so that'll be sorry, it's the 1/2 inch that's tripping me up. So 10.5. So it will be like 20, not even 25 inches. So it's going to be a little bitty blanket. But I'll put the border on, and it'll just be a little tiny baby blanket, right? It could be someone's lovey. It could be, I don't know. Like, I'm just making it, right, to make it to donate to my friend. And then, at some point I'll start on the pink one. And I still have 3 skeins of the green left. So I haven't finished any of the skeins of the green. I've only finished one more, like the donut of the blue. Sorry, I was going to sneeze, but it's right there, but it's not covered. Maybe. We'll see. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. It's going to be tiny, and that's okay. Because I'm already on the 3rd ball, and then I'll have one more section of green, one more blue, and then the border. And then I don't think I'll start the pink one right away because I'm trying to get things like off of my plate. So I don't want to add anything else to my plate, even though I did a yarn haul earlier in the week where I created a new project for myself. I haven't started it yet. It's not anything that's like super pressing, right? It's just a project for myself, and I need to do some research because I don't know how the yarn is gonna work. So we'll see. But so that's that WIP. The other WIP, it's kind of an FO and kind of a WIP. I can show you. So I finished chapter 4 finally of The Stag and the Serpent. Now I started this over a year ago now. Maybe right at a year. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, this is another one of Kelsey Emerson's story patterns. So I had done the Rosewood Manor murder mystery one, and that took me longer, right? I didn't finish that until the summer after the cowl was done. And I knew that I wasn't going to finish this at the same time as everyone else. I did not expect there to be such a long pause over the summer, but c'est la vie, it's done. We're here now, right? So I did finally finish chapter 4. So I'm going to show you here. This was chapter 3. Right? So this was chapter 3. All of this down here, all the way up to this stitch marker. So right about here was chapter 3. Okay? And then this was chapter 4. Turn it. Now, it doesn't look like it's the right size because it's been so long in between me doing it that the yarn is loosened up, but I promise you it measures out just the way that it's supposed to. It will loosen up as it goes along. But this is chapter 4. Right? This is all of chapter 4. And then if we scoot back a little bit, this is the whole panel. Right? This was absolutely lovely to do. You can see here where it's kind of like I got tighter with my stitches because I do crochet tightly. So like right here you can see, but it measures out, this measures out the top part to the length it's supposed to. This measures out bigger than it's supposed to because it's been dragged across the ocean and back. So it's kind of worn itself out a little bit, which is fine. Like, it's going to get bigger over time. This part is going to get bigger over time. I'm not worried about it. I've counted my stitches, quadruple checked everything. It's fine. So I really, really adore this project, and I'm so glad that I'm back on it. I did reach out to Kay, who is the person that I'm doing this with, right? We're doing this together. And she had finished chapter 4 because I had told her, I was like, yeah, I'll be finished with chapter 4. And hopefully we can start on chapter 5 when I get back from the States. Well, that didn't happen. I just now finished chapter 4. But She's had other things that she's been working on, so it's not a huge issue, but she did share with me, and I do have permission to share her picture for chapter 4. So I'm going to pull that up. Um, this is Kay's chapter 4, 3 and 4. Right, so she's using a yellow and a brown, like camo kind of yarn. One thing to note also, because it's been a while since I've shared this with you all, so I'm going to hold up mine. Right, so this is my panel. And I did take a picture so you could see it a little bit better. And this is Kay's. Right, Kay is left-handed, so hers is backwards than mine. Not like backwards as in wrong, but like the other, it's flipped. Because her image is, she's left-handed. So it still looks fine. It's beautiful. It is amazing. Hers is bigger than mine because she's using 4-weight yarn and I'm using a 3-weight yarn. But I do get to say that I used, this is the second, I did have to crack into this a little bit. This is the second DK bonus glitter that I had for this. So I finished one and I had to crack into another one. And I literally have the teeny tiniest bit of one of these left from this. Right? So I put it in my total because this went into my scrap like bulb that I have over there, because I didn't have, not this, but the rest of the other one that I had went in there because I didn't have a ton of it left, right? Wasn't even enough to like start a granny square with. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to put it in the scrap bin. Like I put it into my amigurumi and stuff, right? I stuff amigurumi with it. But anyway, so I was able to count these two in my total for the month, which was nice. And so this is finished. Oh, let me pull up my picture so you can see the whole thing. So you kind of get the actual image. This part is considered an FO in my mind because the panel is complete. The project is not an FO. This is only chapter 3 and 4, and there are 9 chapters. So Kay and I have to start chapter 5. We haven't even read it yet. So, and that's where, like, because this one, there were no choices. You just crocheted the stag. That was it. Like, you read the story, but you just crocheted the stag. There were no options as to what you wanted to pick for your pattern. So we just did that. And here I have the panel. Oh, and this was chapters 1 and 2, just so you can see. This was what I had done previously, chapters 1 and 2. And then this is chapters 3 and 4. So at some point, they're going to join together, and there's more chapters 5 through 8 add on to this panel. So you build on this square to make it bigger, because this is really longer than this. So you build onto this to make it the same size roughly as this one. So chapter 5, 6, 7, 8, you'll put around the corners. We'll see how that goes. But that's the idea, is 5, 6, 7, and 8, one for each corner. And then maybe there are 10 chapters, but I thought there were only 9, because there's the serpent later. So maybe the serpent is 9 and 10. Maybe there are 10 chapters. But anyway, with the serpent, you're not going to have a choice either. You're just crocheting the serpent. You read the story, but then you just do the serpent. In the description box, I will put Kelsey's YouTube channel. However, her site is down right now. When I was looking, when I was posting my chapter 4 picture for this, there was a note on there. Someone had asked a question about getting the pattern or something, and honestly, I don't really remember the question, but her answer to the question was her site is down right now. She's trying to do some logistical workings of payments and things, and so it'll be back up at some point. So I'm not going to put the website on there right now because I don't want to confuse anybody. I don't want it to not work and then people get frustrated. So I'll put her YouTube channel and stuff up there, but that'll be all that I put up there. So for 5 through 8, I'm going to go back to the silver and this one. No, I lied. I'm going to go back to the silver and the one with the purple in it, because this doesn't have the deep, deep purple in it. But when I go back to the serpent, so the serpent, just so you kind of get a sneak peek, the serpent is going to be in this purple as the background, and then I'm going to use this again for the actual color. The serpent will be this, and the background will be the purple. So it'll be the blue on one side, the purple on the other, and then the silver in the middle. So that's kind of a sneak peek of what is going on. So that's, like I said, it's kind of an FO, but the project isn't finished. Just that panel is finished. So the other FO that I have to show you is on my phone. I wanted like a palette cleanser, and so I just made some washcloths, and so I used 2 of the super size balls of sugar and cream cotton, and I made the face rounds and the washcloths. They're pretty big. I chained 32 and just did a mix of single, double, half double crochet, and then I did a crab stitch border, and then I did these face rounds, but then I also did a scrubby cotton one, so like for an exfoliating round, and then I just gave it away. I was just like, anybody want this? Here, take it. Because I just did it to do it. I didn't do it for any purpose. It wasn't for sale. It was just literally, I wanted to crochet something that wasn't going to take me hours, and I wanted it to just be calming and not this intense focus. Because when I'm working on something like that, I can't focus on anything else. Like, I can't have the TV on. I can't have, unless it's like a documentary or something where I'm literally just listening. I don't have to watch the screen. But if it's like a TV show or something, I can't do that because then I'll get lost. Because you have to count, you have to focus, you have to pay attention. Same thing with the fairy dust. It's labor-intensive work. So I wanted something where I could just crochet and like listen to an audiobook or do something like that and not have to worry about it. So then the final FO that I have for you, right, you've seen him already. You've seen my Jack. I have not had a chance to spray the tails, the coat tails, or the bat on the shoulder, but I have him, and then I have Sally. Now, I've talked about her. I'm not super happy with her, but she's done. And there's Jack. So, yeah, they're both done. I'm not happy with the way that Sally turned out, but it is what it is, right? So I have those finished objects as well, and I'm going to put them up there somewhere to sit and, or maybe I'll put them, you know what, maybe I'll put them up here. I'll put them right here. And they'll just sit here on my desk. There. They'll just sit there, and I'll take a picture and put it on my post or something. Also, I do have my community is open. So like if people want to post things that they're making, you can share things that you've made. Um, you can also share my Facebook group. I do have that. That's always linked in the description box below. But I do have my community. It's been open for a while, so people can post in there if you want to share what you're making, if you have questions that you want to ask about just how to do something, right? People are super helpful and give you tips and ideas and thoughts and things. So that's pretty much it for whips and FOs as far as like what I have to show you. I don't have anything else that I've made to show you. Now we get to the craft yourself free portion of the video. So this is, like I said, a collaboration between Sam over at Memphis Makes and I. She does a separate video for Craft Yourself Free, but I feel like because I only do a whips and foes once a month, she does a video at the end of every week of what she's done. She even crochets more than I do. She does more. There are times that I just come home and go to bed. So I don't crochet as much as she does, but um I do still want to participate. I do still want to share what I've done. And with the craft yourself free mindset, it's anything that you're doing that brings you joy. It doesn't have to be a fiber arts craft. It can be um, gardening. It can be reading. It can be diamond painting. It can be painting in general. It doesn't matter to me. It could be baking. Whatever you want to share, right? Whatever sets off those lights and joy and that those endorphins in your head, right? What does give you that hit of dopamine? What makes you smile, right? So that's kind of how I view it. Um, so whatever you want to include, however you want to do that, that's how. And it doesn't have to be, oh, you bought it last year, or oh, you had it in since a certain date, or it only fits in this window, or it only is this kind of craft, or I mean, those things are great, and I know that there are people that do those, but it's really hard to keep track. Um, and there are things like the yarn that that I just got. I really, really want to use that, and I wouldn't be able to count that towards a total if I was boxed into a certain date. I bought yarn over the summer that I really, really want to make a bag with. And if I was boxed into certain kinds of projects, maybe that wouldn't count, right? I don't know. So it's just a way to like open yourself up to any kind of whatever. I know that there are people who have recently gotten into resin, and resin isn't a new thing, but there are people that have started that hobby. That can be used too. Like, how much of that did you use? How much do you show us what you've made? Yes, I know that my channel is called Beautiful Crochet in Italian, but I am more than just crochet, right? I do other things. And part of having a channel is sharing some of those things with you all, right? So you get to know me and not just my crochet. And I know that you're mostly here for yarny content, and that's great. But that's not all we are as human beings, and that's not all you are as a person, right? Yes, you probably do something in fiber arts if you're watching this channel, but that's not all you are as a person. You're not only that particular thing that you do, right? There's so much more to you. There's so much more to all of us. So I'm going to go over my totals and go over some things that I did. Um, I haven't done any puzzles. I have some. I do, but I haven't done them. They're actually still sitting upstairs. I haven't even brought them downstairs to work on them. I still have that one puzzle from Germany that I'm still not ready to touch. I still have the video that's like partially recorded. Maybe I'll get back to it. Or maybe I'll just start over and be like, so here's the situation. I don't know. I haven't decided, but I do still have the video saved on my computer to be like, okay, we're going to dive back in, or I could never finish it. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I have my totals here. So for the month of October, I used 1,156 yards of yarn, which is significantly up, right, from September. Um, and July. July was my lowest month. But that's okay. It's not about numbers. It's just feeling better. I do feel a lot better mentally and emotionally, um, and getting back on track. So that is good. And I can see that I feel that way because I'm getting back into crafting. I don't feel this block, right? Because it's supposed to bring me joy. And if thinking about it stresses me out, then I don't need to be doing it right now. And it wasn't that the crochet was stressing me out. It was, I was so stressed that I didn't want my stress to leak into something that brings me joy, right? So anyway, yeah, so 1,156 yards of yarn. I read 8 books over the month of October, and I did one Lego kit, which is, I'm gonna move the camera up, oop, there. I did the camera up there with the little film. That's the one that I finished. There is a 3-part series if you want to watch me put it together for the Let's Be Creative series. That's another area where I do talk about the craft yourself free, because that's where I do some of my other crafts. I do have a puzzle time nope, it's gone. Playlist. I do have a puzzle time playlist, and I have a Let's Be Creative playlist where I do different crafts. So you'll see that there if you want to watch the creation of it. Typically those videos don't do very well, but again, I'm showing you a part of who I am, and I don't feel like I need to create a separate channel for that because that's a lot of work. And this channel is already a lot of work, and I'm not making any money on it. I'm doing it because I want to, and I don't want to create another channel. I want to just do this. So here we are. And that's it for my month for Craft Yourself Free. I know that when I'm filming this, it's still not the end of October, but there's no way that I'm going to finish in a week because today is Sunday for me. There's no way that I'm going to finish anything else of note before the end of the month because I work all week, so I won't have time to do anything else. I mean, I'll crochet, but I won't finish anything else. All of the projects that I have are ongoing projects, so I won't finish them before the end of the month. I would have to work around the clock to finish any of them, and I don't have that kind of time. So, but I do feel better about maybe starting another project. So the next thing that's going to be on deck for me will be the final Manfella Mouse project, which is the Asteria doily. So I may do another video if you guys are interested in me like winding up the yarn for that. So if you are interested in that, put that in the comments below, because some people find that relaxing, just watching the yarn wind. And I do have, I'm gonna start out with 3 of the 4 cakes or hanks to cake up, and because I have 2 green ones, so I don't know if I'll cake up the second green one. I might just do the yellow, the bluish colorway, and one of the greens, and then if I need the other green, if I feel like I need it, then maybe I'll cake that up after. Like, I'll see how it goes, right? But that's all I have for you today. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Let me know what of the projects that you saw that you liked. If you would, please check out the video that I posted on Monday, and any advice that you have would be helpful. Be on the lookout next month for my giveaway. I do a hidden giveaway every month at the beginning of the month, and then at the end of the month, I draw the winner. So the winner for October has been announced, but by the time you see this video, the winner will have been announced. I haven't announced it yet because it's Sunday, but I will have another hidden giveaway for November, so please do be on the lookout for that. And until I see you again, be well, be safe, and be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella!